All right, YouTube, this is my first video. I'm here to talk to men in particular about certain issues and just here to give a little advice, things I've been through, things that I see, the problem with the male in America, and just trying to get insight and feedback on how we can improve as men and as fathers, as husbands, as boyfriends, uh, in any capacity. The first thing I want to talk about is how to know when you are acting as a boy instead of a man. One thing that boys and children do, they do a lot of fussing, they do a lot of crying and whining about what they can't handle or things that they can't do or things that they wish they could do but don't know how to express themselves. So I believe this is a character of a child. So when we as men become men, we put away childish things as the Bible tells us. So one thing that we can do is look in the mirror and just pick out things that we know we need to improve. But what's so hard is a man asking another man for advice, men having someone to look up to because we feel like we have everything in order. We don't need anybody to tell us anything. And that's pride. Once pride builds up, it leads to destruction. Every man needs a person that he can look up to and get wise counsel and wise advice from. Me, myself, I talk to my pastor all the time about stuff because he has been in ministry for 30 some odd years. He's been saved for 30 some odd years. He's been preaching for a long time. So he knows a lot of life situations and he can pour into my life to what things that I need. And he knows, he sees areas that I can use improvement in. So I have gained a lot of wisdom from him and from praying to God that about different issues, about things that I don't want to be a part of me anymore. Um, it's helped me become a better man, a better father, a better leader in the church because I have been through some things that I didn't act as I should have acted in my marriage and other relationships that I've had and being a father, you know. So we can always look to improve daily on our walk with God and our walk as being a man. You can always improve. You're never at the highest level. It's always another level that we can reach. It's always another goal that we can obtain. And I'm just here to push somebody and keep them motivated. And I know everything is not always going to be peaches and cream. That's part of being a man. We have to learn how to deal with things when it's chaotic. We have to learn how to look to God, to pray, to have faith, and just stop allowing our emotions to rise up in us so high to where that we're lashing out on our loved ones. We're becoming verbally abusive, and we're so disattached from the relationship. We don't show emotions. That was a problem that I was dealing with. I could not show emotion properly to my loved ones, and it stemmed from when I was a child. I didn't receive it, and it just manifested in my life over time, and now I'm dealing with it. So this is one thing that I wanted to touch on as far as being a man, just growing up and not having people to impart love into my life, not having someone tell you I love you all the time, having someone not hug you, and a lot of different things that some men don't do in their own relationships. I mean, that's the fruit of it, but it's a seed that was planted in you years ago. It doesn't just happen. You don't just wake up one day and don't do it. It's something, it's a lifestyle. It's been created from your past experiences. So, this is one thing that I wanted to talk about too. How do we break that? How do we learn how to express how we feel to our loved ones? One way is to talk about it. Talk about what that other person needs. Are you what area are you lacking in? What area, because we have to be made whole. God makes us whole. We first need to be saved and receive the love of God first, because that's the foundation. God is always the foundation of everything, and love is what He is. So we have to understand His love before I can show someone else that love. I have to receive His. And how we do that is by accepting Christ first. We accept Him, and then the love of God comes in as a small seed, and then it manifests throughout our life. We can love our children better once we receive the love of God. We can love our spouses better once we can receive the love of God. How do I receive the love of God? I make that confession. I go to Romans 10:8, 9, and 10, and I make that confession. And I accept Christ in as my Lord and Savior. And once He comes in, everything that is a part of Him comes into our life at that time, and it manifests. It starts as a seed, but then it manifests and it grows. It grows. You have to practice daily. God, help me to love more. But you can't do that until you accept Him in and allow Him to grow in you. And you have to tell Him the areas that you're coming up short in. Lord, I want to love more. I want to remove the hate, the anger, the envy, the jealousy, everything that you think you're not dealing with, that you are dealing with. You have to confess that to God and tell Him that you want to be better in that area, and He will do it. Talk to y'all later.